Hey, it is a dark episode for June the 5th, 2024. And, you know, it seems very odd that, well, okay, let me just start off by saying I'm a Canadian, a know nothing Canadian who's probably on the left talking about listening to the news about Donald Trump. And I think, probably the main thing is you just feel slightly frightened. Like you just feel kind of the destabilization of things, of, oh, yet another norm is getting knocked down. You know, somebody who's, somebody who was like running to be the dog catcher in the community, somebody who was, running for city council got convicted of felonies. You would think, well, okay, well, we're probably not going to elect that guy. But no, we're in a world where somebody gets convicted of felonies and is like, no, I'm still going to be president of the United States, and I'm gonna come for all the people who are out for me, and I'm gonna lock them all up instead. It's just like, what the fuck world do we live in at the moment? It's like, what the fuck? It's like, you know, um, you kind of made fun of people who are, would talk about kind of the decline of standards and decency in the world and all that stuff. You kind of roll your eyes because a lot of times that was stuff that was very much getting weaponized against, you know, I watched something about Eartha Kitt, and it was about how Eartha Kitt was horribly rude to Lady Bird Johnson, where from what I can see, she probably stood up and, said in a fairly passionate but respectful and forthright manner what her concerns were at the time. But that was seen as being a shrill, angry black woman. That kind of things of like you be polite by not disturbing the order, the ruling order. You don't want to make white people feel uncomfortable about what is happening to black people, which is just like, well, maybe white people should really, really feel uncomfortable about that. We should feel uncomfortable what we've done to the native population in Canada and to black people in Canada. So, there's that stuff. So, but yeah, just the sort of stuff of like, okay, you've been legally convicted of a crime, and it's like, they've got you dead to rights. This isn't like one of these shadings. Somebody's kind of pushed their thumb on the lever. It's like, no, you've basically bragged about doing this shit, and you know, it's just so gross, and yet, um, we've gotten into such a weird state where a good hunk of the population is just like, yeah, he's our felon. We're going to use him to fucking club you guys to death. We fucking hate you. We don't care what we do. Um, there isn't any standards that way anymore. And I mean, I'm looking at it from the left perspective, but it's like it does seem to be a thing of the right. I mean, is this the last death gasps of the right? Maybe, or maybe is this a rising tide of a weird fascistic kind of movement that is sweeping both the United States and Canada? Because I do think there's a lot of stuff happening in Canada too. Weakening of the press being the first kind of step in there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That just happened to be the thought, the headspace I am in tonight. So I figured instead of nattering on about my day and how where it was, I just would natter on about that for a second of just like, what the fuck's happening? Which, I doubt if this is like a new and revolutionary take. It's just like, it's kind of where I'm feeling. It's just like, unfortunately, it brings me back to when Donald Trump was president last. It's just like, what the fuck is he going to do next? What the fuck is he going to do next? Jesus Christ. And especially as a Canadian, I mean, even as an American, I'm assuming you just have to look at it like this fucking bus is out of control. and there's a madman at the wheel, and we're just all, you know, seat belted into our seats and can't move, can't get out, or if you want to get out, well, you might as well become roadkill. That fear of just, we're all roadkill, nobody gives a fuck, is where I feel like we're at some days. Locus of control, locus of control. All right, more videos later.